Hello there, this is Derek Cheshire here. There's just three things that I'd like to talk to you about. There are three areas where if you take them on board, you're not going to necessarily say, wow, our innovation project is going to succeed. But if you do ignore them, then you probably are almost certainly doomed to failure. So the first area is to do with avoiding groupthink. It's possibly the biggest killer of innovation, and it occurs when a group of people collectively decide simply to follow what the group thinks. Usually this is done with no communication at all, a sort of herd mentality. This can often happen when there are very few people contributing, nobody willing to challenge them, and there may very well be some great ideas around, they don't get put forward, and those that are put forward are not thoroughly evaluated. So, well, what can you do? Well, get somebody to play the role of devil's advocate, and this person's job is simply to question and to challenge all the ideas that are generated or put forward. So these challenges shouldn't be made in a repetitive manner, so don't ask the same questions, don't ask them at the same point in time, and this should force some critical thinking within your group. Now, the second thing is ensure there are sufficient resources. Now, sometimes it's not the lack of ideas that stops us, it is the resources. And also it is true that rationing resources can lead to enhanced creativity. But if you go too far, you'll find that your output will actually decrease. And it makes it unlikely that you'll actually manage to implement anything concrete. So what can you do about this? Well, you need champions of innovation, people who can lobby at the right level. They can lobby for money, manpower, materials, time maybe. So you will need some sort of what I call an innovation manifesto. This ensures that people know the importance of innovation regarding competitive advantage and sustainability and ultimately your bank balance and the bottom line. But without adequate resources, any money that you spend will just be lost. It will be a cost, it will not be an investment. And finally, you've got to believe in your ideas. Even organisations that come with hundreds or thousands of ideas can stumble along the wayside. Assuming you get a heap of ideas, you must actually do something with them. So from the point to the time that ideas are generated, there are many barriers that are lying in wait for you. They might not be evaluated because they don't come from the right people, or you've tried something similar last year, there's an arbitrary decision made about resources, we don't have the money, it's too hard. So again, what can you do about it? So you need some sort of process in place for ensuring that action is actually taken. You've got to ensure that whatever you decide to do with an idea, that the originator knows what happened to it and why. If you don't at least do this, your sources will dry up very quickly indeed. Have you ever wondered why the typical company suggestion box doesn't work? It's a hole in the wall. It just swallows ideas. Nobody knows what happens to them. So these are just the tip of the iceberg, something to get you going, something to think about. If you're serious about your innovation projects, then please do get in touch, and I'd love to talk to you and see if I can help ensure that your projects actually succeed. So bye for now, and happy innovating.